I'm the fuck out. I didn't even get started on what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Bro, that movie was crazy.
Crazy, Frankie. Yeah.
I was like, what are the specials tonight?
That sounds good. I'll have that.
Hey everybody, Specialists in Nothing, back at you again, talking about everything, specializing in nothing. My name is Frank. As always, Joe and Danny, you guys want to say what's up?
What up? What up?
How you doing? All right. So, Joe, you got questions. I got questions.
I got questions.
Frank's got questions. Do you want to have some sort of order for this, or
No,
what?
let's just do it. Throw it. Keep random. Keep it random. Keep it
All right.
loose.
So, we're gonna specify who's asking the questions, or just gonna throw it out there?
You could do both. Like if you have a question you want to specify, you could do it that way and direct it, or just shout it out and see. Because there is one question that I have that I actually do have a funny story for that I will answer one of my own.
So, why don't you start with that?
You want me to start with that one? All right.
So you could tell your story, and then you're like, as a
Well,
matter
no,
of fact,
I'm gonna ask the question first, and I'll let you guys answer it, and then I'll tell my
all
story.
right. And you said you wanted to end tonight.
Yeah, I have one question that I want to end the episode on too.
Frank's
All
got a final question.
Yeah, I do. Well, just one that I saw that I was like, oh, that would be cool to end the episode off with. Like that was just a good question. So I like
Right.
it.
I have I've been looking forward to this. Some of them are meaningful. Others are kind of just like, let's see what their mind rakes up with this.
Okay.
So go ahead. Ask
See,
me
honestly,
something.
all of mine are more like the second part, like more like I'm just curious of what this answer would be. Or it was like something that I saw, or something that I thought of,
yeah.
that I like came out with that I was like, oh, I'm gonna save this for that episode because we had talked about this in the past doing it, so that's why.
Right.
Um,
There's obviously more shit that I would love to ask you guys, but I was like, we'll just little sprinkle today. Little sprinkle.
all right. So this first one that I'm gonna ask you guys, I actually have a story for after you guys answer it. This is the only one that I have something for, so that's why I'm gonna do this one first.
So you're gonna ask us a question and then answer your own question.
Well, I'm gonna let you guys answer it, but then I have
Okay.
a funny story to answer this one too, and then that's the only one I have now.
Okay.
Is there ever a time that you ever sent a message to the wrong person, and what happened?
Okay, I was there when that happened.
Oh, you already know what he's gonna say.
Oh man.
Oh, he
knows
wasn't
the
there,
story.
but he might know the story.
Oh.
Okay. What's your question?
Is there ever a
Something I don't
time?
know.
Oh, you're thinking of with Karen. No, that's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, that's not what I was
Okay.
talking about. That was
Oh,
funny.
I was there for that.
Yeah, that was funny. But
Oh
No.
yeah.
is there ever a time though? Yeah, something like that where you sent a message to the wrong person or an accident or something that you weren't supposed to send somewhere.
I gotta say, probably. I can't. Nothing off the top of my head. I'll tell you what though. Probably something along the lines of like dating a girl, or I say something to the girl that I meant to send to my friend, like whatever it is, something like that. I'm assuming that's probably, I can't remember specifics, but
All right, Joe, how about
Yeah.
you? You got a specific one that you could think of?
I do, and
Because these stories are usually good. That's why.
it involves Danny.
Oh,
it involves me.
Yeah, I think I was just like venting to him one day about fighting with my dad, and like
Oh,
I meant to send him a message, and dude, I sent it to my dad instead, and it was like ripping my dad apart. I don't know, nothing bad, but like like fuck him. Can you believe it's fucking
Oh
And I sent
man.
it to my dad, and I was like, and the fucking worst part was when I sent this message to Danny, I was at work with my dad. So like, dude, it
Yo,
was so awkward. It was so awkward.
That is a good one. That is a good one.
funny as shit though.
I had to like run up to him. Yeah.
Joe, my man,
Just delete the last text message from me. That was
It was
nasty.
Zach, can I use your phone real quick? Mine died.
I don't that was
Alright.
good. But
So
yeah, I've had one.
there
Funny.
was one time that I went. Actually, I was with Danny before this happened. We went to Marina Cafe for dinner. We had a couple drinks at dinner. I forget what we were celebrating, but we were celebrating something.
It was
and-
you and Karen's birthday, I think, right? Or something.
or maybe it was all
maybe-
of our birthday then because it was the month of March or something.
Yeah.
But we went to Marina Cafe. We had a couple drinks with dinner, whatever. Leave dinner. Karen's driving home. I'm feeling a little good. At the time, I was the manager of the asset protection district for Staten Island. So I had like 8 different stores. I had like 11 different associates that worked under me that were my associates. So we had a group text that was with all of our 11 associates. I also had a group text with 2 of those associates. It was just me and my buddy John and my buddy Jake, because I was cooler with them than everyone else. We all joked around and whatever. So I had a picture when we were all on FaceTime one day. Jake walked past his camera when he was getting ready to go in the shower, and he was naked. And
Damn.
it was like his whole naked body, like side frame, freeze frame. So I went to send it to Jake and John, like to make them laugh. I had a joke and like whatever. I accidentally sent it to all 11
It
associates
sends it
in the
to every
group
single
chat.
employee.
So I sent it to all the employees, like 3 of which were girls. And I had to like call everyone separately and be like, I'm so sorry. It was such an accident, like blah, blah, blah.
I can't believe
And
this
that,
kid's sending other people's dick pics to them.
that was probably
so
one of the worst
awkward.
things I've ever done. Yeah, it was very awkward
Holy
moment.
shit.
That's got to be some shit.
So yeah, that was my one that I had to answer.
There you go. I'm not sending you any pictures
This
anymore.
is 3 pretty solid stories. Yeah. Good job, guys.
Yeah, I
Like
got,
they-
I got a couple of those random stories.
Joe, what do you got to say? What do you got to ask? What do you say? What do you hear?
Nothing. What do you say? What do you hear? What do you got? What do you got? Danny, you're up next, pal. I'm
All right.
not number 2 here.
That's fine. So, Joe,
Oh, we're getting specific. Oh shit. Oh, let me turn that. Let me look ahead.
how would you describe the color neon green to a blind person?
How would I describe the color of neon green? I would say, hey man, listen, it's the color of like slimy ooze. I'm assuming if it was an older person, I would right away refer to. Oh, I don't know. Good-
Bro, they're
good job.
blind. You
I
can't
was saying they don't know
Blind.
what
I
slimy
can't
ooze
refer
color is
nothing.
either.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can't be like it's the color of an apple because they don't know what an apple color is.
I don't know. I guess I would just say it's a very bright
Because the blind person knows what bright is.
green. I
bright
mean,
is
dude, I'm
probably a better
describing it
descriptive word,
bright.
yeah.
I'm
Okay,
like describing the color. It's a very bright, standoutish, strong, powerful color. Like, I don't know how else I would explain that.
Yeah.
All right, there it is.
You got me. That's a good question, bro.
Right? Frank, how would you describe the color purple to a
Don't
blind
fucking
person?
ask me.
How would I describe the color purple to a blind person?
Mm-hmm.
Guy with the questions.
Oh,
Took him a month to write this shit down.
deep,
Good.
deep
It's a good
and
question.
dark, but yet still visible.
Like our souls.
No, like deep and dark, but yet visible still, because like purple, like I feel like when things are purple, they usually like blended with black, and it like almost looks like where it can be a deep image in the sense of like, you know what I mean, like when you're
Okay.
looking at it depth, and
Fair enough.
but you'd still bright enough to where you could see. I don't know. That is a difficult question.
Oh,
go.
Frank stumped too. He didn't think he was gonna get asked. He
No,
watched
I
me
was hoping he
struggle.
asked me neon green because I was thinking bright the whole time until you said it, and then I was like, "Fuck, he did say bright."
Shit. All right.
What's your biggest fear?
Hmm.
Like
I'll
really,
piggyback-
like what do you
I'll piggyback on that with my question, but Joe
Well-
hasn't gone yet, so
what are you deadly like
alright.
afraid of? Like what would like freeze
paralyze you.
Yeah, exactly. Like freeze, paralyze you in fear.
You know what? Go ahead, Joe. You want to take this one?
I guess. I don't know, man. Nowadays, like dying but not dying. Like,
So I'm not. go ahead.
I'm like afraid of any type of incident, if that makes sense.
like getting your
Like,
toes cut off.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like
Well, man,
something
you got PTSD
crazy.
over here.
I do. It's nuts. I hate
Do you ever
it.
like
I'm
replay
nervous
the
about
day in your
mad
head?
shit. Just a lot of normal everyday shit.
I would say, yeah, probably.
I've become
Like
a
now-
very cautious person.
Now that it's been so far past, like, because how long ago was it? Like years ago now, right?
March
2008.
2018.
Yeah,
So yeah, like 4 years ago. Do you
Yeah.
still ever like think about it?
every day.
Like you still visualize, remember it happening, like just random times and shit?
Like it happened yesterday. Bro, just a week ago, there was a fucking the same exact machine out front of my house. Literally
made you
out front
think
of my
about it?
house.
Motherfuckers
Oh my
haunting-
God, it
hunting
was
him
so
down.
Funny.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
It's one of
I'm
those
not
things, man, that happens and you're like,
It's fucking
It's-
traumatizing, dude. I don't know how you,
I'm not totally traumatized, but like, yeah, it's traumatizing.
Absolutely.
but like when you see it, it's your face just
Weird.
like, damn, that
No,
shit
it's
is, man.
like
Damn, that
if
shit
I
is
see it again, I'm like, damn, that machine actually ran the fuck over my foot. It's literally what I think of every time. Like, I'm just
You
like,
dirty
what the
rat! You
fuck?
killed my brother.
And it's
Like, to me, I
scary
would
when you
just-
hear it go and when it's on, and it's just a fucked up machine, man. And that shit.
How
yeah,
would
like
you
in your
describe the sound
mind,
of
the
that?
POV like plays over like a movie of like your eyes seeing the thing go over your
Is it like a
toes, that,
chainsaw
you know what I mean?
though, or is it like
I didn't.
Table
That's the
saw.
thing. I didn't see nothing. I just
Oh.
felt it, and then it was like by the time I like pulled my foot back, it was hard and heavy, and yeah, next thing I know, I'm just laying down on my ass, like what the fuck, and then I took the boot off what was left of it, and that's when I noticed.
I've never heard him tell the story like that before. Like I've heard him like say it like in pieces and like whatever, but I've never like that's just that made my jaw open like
Oh, there's
cringe
more
a little.
like fun.
There's a lot of
gory
blood too,
detail.
right?
No, not at all. It was really cold
Really?
that day, and the blade was so hot it corduroys my skin, so like no bleeding at all.
thankfully?
So it like burned
Thankfully.
it closed. Holy shit.
Basically,
Oh,
one day when you're strong enough, I'll show you.
that's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your piggyback date? Oh,
So I was gonna say.
Oh yeah, I'm
something-
afraid of a lot of shit.
that shit made me cringe, man. Oh,
Yeah.
It's a cringe
I was
one.
just gonna
Even
say,
I don't
like,
like blood,
I'm
like, I
not
don't like other
afraid
people's
of
blood.
death.
There's no
I'm
blood.
afraid of going through an incident or an accident and having to live with the repercussions. You know, like if you fall off a fucking roof and you break your leg and they have to cut your leg off or something like that, like it's not going to heal correctly, or never being able, like if I lost my right hand, forget it, I'm done. I have no purpose in life without my right hand. So I don't know, but to piggyback, I was going to say, if fear or failure wasn't an option, what would you have done differently in your life?
Wait, what? Say that
yeah.
again?
If fear or
Yeah.
failure
Right.
wasn't an option, it wasn't like there's no such
Right, it
thing
was
as
non-existent
fear or
as fear and
failure,
failure, right?
non-existent. What would you have done differently in your life? What held you back because you were scared to do this, or afraid you're gonna fail at doing that, so you didn't do it?
Too many to count. I can't really count
Yeah.
all of them. A lot of things, bro. Every day there's something I don't do because I'm like, you know what? Not a good idea. Maybe I
Yeah,
should.
you've succeeded at everything.
That little
and
bit
you
of
can never
fear,
change
right?
course.
It's a good question, but it's also a tough one, bro.
It's
a
very
Basically, it's like-
difficult.
There's a
Basically-
lot. Think of all the things that you decline in a normal week because of like uncertainty, which
Basically,
is
it's like saying
AKA fear. You know what I mean?
It's like saying the first thing you ever thought of you wanted to be when you were young, you would have just ended up being because you would have been able to succeed at it, no problem.
Right. If you're certain of something, you're gonna fucking do it, and it's like, you know what I mean?
I do.
You don't
I
have
guess
fear.
you're
It's
right.
just easier to do. It's like you go at it. You're certain this is gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
Any type of uncertainty to me is like that's fear. Just like a little. That's always that what if. That's
I guess that's
also
what's
fear.
stopping you from going though. Like Frank asked me yesterday or the other day, whatever it was. He was like, "Why do you keep going? Why do you do that one more?" And I
Oh,
was-
because like I said to him, because the boxing match, I really didn't see it in the boxing match. We only did like 3 rounds until I gave up and like just whatever. So we really didn't go far. And like in the gym or like we were doing the igloo. And this guy's doing all the hard work. Like I'm doing the joints and this and that. And he's like bringing sleds of snow over and like this and that from other areas that we
Work
need.
hard or go home, bro.
And I was gonna say, but I said to him, like, D, even like when you go to the gym, like I'm like the guy that sometimes at 18, I'll be like, fuck, I just can't do the 2 more. And he's like the guy that'll always do 22. And I'm just like, how are you always self-motivating in your head to be like, gotta do 1 more, gotta get 1 more. You know what, a little bit more. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna do and like he just fucking pushes like a fucking horse, dude. It's crazy.
Work hard, play harder, boy.
It's crazy. I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
yeah.
ladies,
But
the kid has stamina for days. I'm just saying. Like, I'm not joking. I'm
Bro,
really joking,
weights and
I'm like over here and I'm like,
conspiracy forever.
oh, and this guy's like, yo, I just brought like 7 sleds over. I'll be right back. I'm getting another one.
I'm making you a t-shirt. Weights
I
and
said-
conspiracies.
There you
I
go.
said something to you yesterday though. I don't remember exactly how I said, but the gist of it was really cool.
Not tacos and tequila.
And I was like, you're only better. You're only trying to compete with yesterday, because do your best today to do one more from yesterday, so that
Basically,
today is your best day. But then tomorrow,
He
you'll be
made that
fighting
so
for today.
confusing. It
I
was
was
good
like,
enough when
basically,
you
you're
said it
beating
in the
yourself.
beginning.
Basically,
Right.
you're
I
only
said it
beating
yesterday. It
yourself.
came out really cool. And Frank was like, bro, that's dope.
Yeah.
was like,
No, I
thanks.
did, and he's right. He said it
Such
way
a
better the
Frank
first
thing
time.
to say. I could see the reaction and everything.
I did. I was like, yo, that was a good way to put it. But
Well,
it was basically like, yeah, like
Come
you're
on.
you only have to beat yourself every day. You know, like
That's
you only
it.
have to beat yourself from what you did the day before or the time before.
I don't know.
All right, so I'm gonna change up the vibe.
Switch
change
it.
it up.
You recently just joined the Spice Girls. What is your spice name that you've created for yourself?
Ooh. Okay. I got it. I'm Spicy Spice.
What?
Yeah. I would totally be Spicy Spice.
Spicy spice? I would
Hell
go
yeah.
for it. Spicy spice.
Then I would
I
do
mean,
this. I would go.
I would be the total simp and just do Joey Spice.
Joey Spice.
Oh, come on, bro. I'll run with that.
That's
Joey
funny.
Spice. What about you, Frank? What would your Spice Girl's name be?
Prison Spice.
Yo.
Yes. Keep them coming. Keep them coming.
Oh, I like that. That is a good one.
Alright, so-
Prison
Prison
Spice.
Spice. Thanks. But that's awesome.
You're welcome.
Not for nothing. I think we could get an
Fave.
album dropping this summer if you guys really want
Favorite
to
one.
get into it.
Prison Spice.
what do you think that you could be do you think that you could be friends with a clone of yourself?
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Big
But I
time.
would also want to fight myself all the time. Like that would be cool. To
Well,
have
because
a
Danny's
clone of yourself.
personality would keep trying to pick at himself both ways. Like both sides of it would keep trying to just make himself better all the time.
I'll piggyback you to a better one. If you had a clone of yourself, what would you do?
Ooh.
Would
feel like I used my
go
clone-
build an igloo together? There's your partner, Frank.
I was just gonna say, I feel
Or
like I
would you
used my
guys
clone.
like put your heads together and like create a
Here's-
business?
Well,
Like,
you ever see
okay.
the
what
movie
would you do?
Multiplicity?
Yes.
Have you
With
ever
Michael
seen the
Keaton?
movie The Prestige
No.
Yes.
with Christian Bale and Hugh Jackman?
Awesome.
All right, go ahead. You tell me about your multiplicity.
You want to
first.
be a magician?
No, well, I was just gonna say in the movie Multiplicity, he
This is a
makes a
fucking
couple
good
clones of
movie.
himself because he like has such a difficult home and work life, and he's just always so busy. So he makes another one of himself to kind of help himself take some of the load off. So like I feel like if I had another clone of myself, like yeah, I would just use him as that, like just be me in other areas and keep in contact with me. So like
Yeah, but then you don't think that your
We
clone
could get
is gonna be
twice as
like,
much
yo,
shit
I
done
don't want to be
together.
doing all the hard work. Like, switch it up.
no, I mean I would still let him have his own life of my life, like own parts of my life. You know what I mean? Like he would still be living and doing his own things and whatever, but we would have to communicate. So if I went somewhere after he did, I know what happened and vice versa. So we don't look stupid to people that don't
Wait,
know that
like
he's
you're
a clone.
saying, are you sharing the same brain? And
No,
this is just a
like
clone.
he would like so in the movie, the other
I know, I've
guys are
seen the
like their
movie.
own. That's what
But
I'm
I'm
saying.
saying-
They're their own individuals. So I would treat it
Hey,
like that. So
you
but I would be
also-
like, listen, you're still me. People aren't gonna know you're a clone. So we have to keep in touch so nobody finds that out. But yeah, like I don't care, do whatever.
You could just have Alzheimer's and keep
But-
forgetting what happened.
No, but I would just do it to make it easier so I could get twice as much stuff done.
Okay, here's a better question. Not a better question, but what if your family fell in love with your clone more than you?
Well, how's that
I'm
possible?
cool with it.
You're exactly the same.
No, you're not exactly the same. If when you're doing your own thing and your clone is with your family doing family time, what if they have more
No,
fun?
but I
with
mean the
your clone?
personality, the everything is all the same.
Yeah, but
so
it's the actions that you're doing. What if you're
That's-
like,
I
go
wouldn't
to
say
your
it's still
room,
me.
and then he's like, let's go have ice cream. You know,
I still look at it as me
Yeah,
because you have to
man.
make a clone up from yourself.
I'm not
like it's
asking
still
you how
my
you look
DNA.
about it. How would you feel? If your
would feel-
family
I'm saying I
loved
would
your
feel
clone,
fine with it. It's still me.
it's not you.
It
It's
is
Go
a
back to
different
Elsa.
soul. It's a clone. It's a
Goodbye,
copy.
Elsa. Goodbye, Elsa.
still you.
Goodbye, Elsa.
I would beat the shit out of both of your clones. That's what I'm telling you right now.
This
Yo, me and my clone are gonna come and fucking blow your house up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm gonna be in my car with my cat like this. Look at this house.
like Dr. Evil.
You go get him, Joe. Yeah, a little mini me.
Joey Spice, go get him.
Go get him, little Joey Size.
Joey Spice. I really love those damn Spice Girl names, though. That was a good question.
Which would be the nicest of animals if they could talk?
A deer.
Think so?
Yeah. Think
They're
about Bandit.
dicks.
I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like most deers are actually jerks.
Why? Because they're in the way of your car? Like, what do you mean?
No, like a lot of people, like we think that they're like nice and pristine. Like Louis C.K. says it in one of his specials too. But we think they're nice and pristine because we see them so rare from the city. But a lot of people that actually live like up in the woods and stuff, like they're dicks. They're like, they eat your trash. They're like fucking.
Well, we're
like,
in their natural habitat.
I'm
Well,
just saying,
first
like,
of all, if they could fucking talk and like, or if
feel
you
like they'd
could
have
tell if they're
high-
nice or not nice, there's always going to be nice deer. There's always going to be bad deer. There's
This
always
is
going to be
true.
nice ants. There's always going to be bad ants.
I changed my answer. I
There's
think
always going to be a nice butterfly. Oh, a sloth.
a sloth is probably like nice and chill. The sloth has no reason to be angry at anything.
Aren't they dicks though? Like for real?
I don't know.
Like, don't they?
They always
claw
have a
people?
smile on their face.
It's not really a smile,
It looks like a smile.
right? Of course.
So then how is it not a smile?
Forget it. I'm not going there with you tonight.
I'm trying
Take
to think
me
like
there,
what's like
I
the
wanna go
sweetest
there.
animal that you could think of.
What's
I
the
don't know.
sweetest
A
animal?
butterfly. That's what I was thinking.
That's an insect though.
So it's an
Still an
animal
animal.
though.
Hmm.
Just think, bro. They just butterfly around all day.
They just butterfly around all day.
Imagine they're fuck you, Frank.
And they just flutter away.
You took my pollen.
See, I feel like butterflies
What up,
actually have high
Danny?
anxiety too because they know if they
What's
get
up,
touched, they'll
butterfly?
die.
What's that butterfly?
Like if you touch a butterfly, it'll die. So I feel like they
If
just
you
have
touch
high
a
That's
anxiety.
butterfly,
not
it'll
true,
die.
man.
Uh-huh.
God, you guys with these conspiracy YouTube
Bro,
videos, man.
How is this first of all,
Where
it's
do you
not a
get your- where do you
conspiracy.
get your
That's not a
information
conspiracy
from?
theory. It's a real thing.
You're a real thing.
No, Frank, you
I
can
am
pet
a real thing.
butterflies.
Right, facts.
You can put butterfly. You could putt.
You could pop
You're
butterfly.
definitely
You
gonna kill it if you put it.
Now listen, Valerie's
No.
kids used to
Wait,
catch
did he
them
say
all the
putt or
time. They had a
pop?
I was gonna say
whole-
we, how like so we actually got them once. Like we got like the little caterpillar things, and you put them in the net, and you put this little thing of sugar water out or whatever, and
Let me.
when
Can,
they
I,
open up, they eat it, and then you let them free after like a couple.
can
days.
I elaborate it real quick? You could touch a butterfly. You can't rub its wings. Once you take that powder off their wings, yes, you can kill them. You shouldn't be grabbing a butterfly by the wings, but you could touch a butterfly. You could hold it. You could let
Okay.
it fall on you. You know what I mean? You can't like grab
But
it
I'm
by its
saying
wings.
butterflies have to know that. So don't you think they're flying around like, no, no, touch me? Like I don't know. I just feel
Maybe.
like they have a lot of anxiety. Like you know what I mean?
Probably.
But, like a butterfly sees us giants and like, no, don't touch me, don't touch me. I'm gonna die."
Imagine like
Like,
thousands of butterflies. Yeah, don't touch me. Get away. They're all fucking flying around each other, screaming that.
yeah, I don't know. That's what I would picture.
That is funny.
Okay.
Okay.
I lost Danny a little bit with that one.
Oh, who cares?
I'm like, yeah, sure, you kill butterflies. Cool. Next question. I'm like, yeah, this guy's really sad.
I'm like, hi, butterfly.
Dang. All right, what's the scariest thing you've ever done?
Oof. Ooh. Had kids.
Pass.
You cannot pass. I said brown.
I don't know. I've got a lot of scared things.
Scariest thing you've ever
But
done.
like-
All right, so let me ask you: Have either of you guys jumped out of an airplane?
No,
Gone bungee jumping?
No.
no.
That wouldn't be
Um,
scary to me though. That would be exhilarating.
Okay, have you jumped off a high dive?
Yeah.
So is it
Well, cliff jumping.
cliff jumping? All right, so would you say it's something more fearful of like physical, like being up high or landing, or the scariest thing you've ever done? Is that more something like, I can't believe I'm about to risk this whole job and, do this or put all my money on a football game, shit like that.
No, like even that, like betting to
I don't
me is
gamble.
exciting. Even if I like bet at times that when I do, like it's exciting, or like jumping off things at heights or whatever is like exhilarating to me. It's not like a fearful thing. To me, like I said having kids because like the anxiety of like the worry of like them getting hurt or this and that is like the most constant fearful thing that I've ever had to experience in my life ever since I've had them. So that's got to be the most fearful thing I've ever done. Whoa,
That's crazy.
What?
What about you, Joe?
I bet you one of the kids is fucking running out around right
Maybe.
now. It's like, Mia, what is she doing? I don't know, man. The King Kong roller coaster at Six Flags. That shit was scary as fuck, bro. But I did it about 1,000,000 times.
After the fact, that's
man.
All right. I may or may not have.
There you go.
I may or may not have told you guys this. I definitely told you this. But in 2015, Melissa and I went to Cancun.
Right.
And we took one of these. I forgot what the fucking name is. It's
an artifact.
No, it was like a small little boat, if you will.
Right.
And you.
I don't know. You might have told me this. I don't remember it though. So
I forgot what it's called. Not a fucking
canoe.
No,
kayak?
No, it's like it's like a wind
Caranda.
Thing. Yes.
Wind sail.
I think that. Wait, what was the other one?
A Caranda boat.
I don't know.
No, it's not.
Maybe. I have no idea. I can't remember what it was. But anyway, it was like 2 seats and there's like floor and then there's like a sail. And the guy was like, "Oh, have you ever done this before?" And we're like, yeah. Once in Jamaica. Neither one of us have been in Jamaica. We just wanted to go to the thing and fucking set sail. So I go out there and we're like maybe, I don't know, 100 feet from the water. And then we're out there for like maybe 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We finally keep going. We started drifting out. A catamaran. Is what it was called.
Okay.
We started drifting out to sea. And when I tell you,
I remember the story now.
Bro, I was like, I'm not even gonna lie. If I had an aerial view of it, I'd say about 2.5 to 3 football field lengths out from the beach. And now I'm sitting here. This is the only other girl I know in this country. And I'm like, how the fuck are we getting back? And she looks at me and I'm like, I'm asking the questions here. Dude, I don't know what the fuck happened. Some guy came out like on a speedboat. I was like, "What's up?" I was like, "No, dude, we got it under control." I was like, "Just for the record, though, just to remind me, how do I set sail again?" So he explained.
You should have known from Jamaica.
He explained what to do, and he had a paddle on his boat. So he gave me the paddle, and I said, "Look, I'll give it back to you once I get to land." So we paddled our fucking way. We were like 3 or 4 hotels down because the wind was taking us. Bro, right. Scariest thing in my life. I thought I was gonna drift out Castaway style.
That's so funny.
Wilson.
Imagine. Wilson.
That's funny.
Anybody else got questions? I thought y'all had questions.
I got a few more.
I don't know.
I got a few more.
Let's hear. Throw them out there.
I was just waiting like that nice pause for a second, but you ruined it.
That's why we can't have nice things.
Would you rather be alive and alone or dead with your closest friends?
If you're like me, you know that death is not the end. So I'll go somewhere else with y'all motherfuckers. Otherwise, am I gonna be Will Smith from Iron Legend? Who wants that? Start talking mannequins?
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be by myself.
I wouldn't want to be by myself, but I wouldn't want to die.
Yeah, same. Obviously, you wouldn't want to, but
no, I mean, I think I'd pick stay alive because
you would be alive and alone.
I wouldn't want to
in jail with no one else with you.
I do hate being alone.
Just where he wants to be.
I think I would not want to die more.
But if you're alone, meaning what? Like you're the only person in the state,
still find
in
happiness
world?
In being alone. Like certain people do find peace and happiness.
Yeah, but I'm saying
even while being alone.
Okay,
so I would rather still live a full life. But
what is the scenario? Why are you alone? Are you the last person on the planet?
Yeah, that's the question. Would you rather be alive and alone or dead?
Well, alive and alone meaning like not having a significant other or family, and you're just alone.
That would be the definition of alone. Alone by yourself. By
Do
yourself.
other motherfucking people exist?
No.
is it-
Alone. By yourself. Alone. Would you rather be alive and alone or dead with your closest friends, and I guess, and family? You want me to say it that way? So that way it means everyone?
Oh, this
Does that,
dick.
does that
You
clear
know
it up
what?
for
I'm
you?
happy you're alive, so I'm gonna deal with you in death.
No, but
go be alive and alone.
I think I could still find peace at some point. Like, yeah, it would take a long time to get over, but I think you still could find peace, and I would still want to live.
Nah, I'm going to live now. Why would the fuck would I want to live then? I'm not
All right.
suicidal.
Thanks, Danny.
Joe, what do you think?
I don't know what I think. I don't have anything to think. No comment.
Okay, so Joe's using his pass card twice.
Uno reverse.
All right, you're gonna Uno reverse me.
Yes.
What's the most descriptive dream or trip you can remember? And then I have one to piggyback. Do you have a recurring dream?
See, he said dream or trip, and I realized he meant like vacation. But
No, I meant.
Oh,
like,
you meant
like-
okay. You did
like
mean
psychological trip
Oh, okay.
or psychedelic, whatever you want to do. The most descriptive. Oh my god, I was somewhere else type of thing.
I have one.
Go for it.
I don't know, since I'm a kid, as long as I can remember, I don't know. I always have the same dream that I'm in this mall. I don't know what mall it is, but it's always a bunch of shit that I recognize, but can never put a name to it.
Okay.
And it happens so often, and it's so reoccurring. And
Does anything-
sometimes I won't remember the dream until like midday, and I'm like, man, I had that dream again last night.
Does anything in the dream happen? Or you just remember being in that area?
I remember being in that area. So it's been like a puzzle. And I'm like, is this like a freaking map to like the end of my life or something?
Or like
And
the
I just
understanding of
keep
your life?
having the same dream in the same mall. But like
That's
it's
interesting.
always different. And I'll see other parts of the dream throughout the next one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Can you pick out stores? Like how detailed can you
Dude,
remember this
there's
dream?
literally, I feel like it's so detailed when I'm in the dream, but when I'm trying to remember it, because as you
Yeah.
know, I don't remember shit when it comes to dreams.
Joe didn't even
I'm
remember
lucky
you were
I
supposed to
remember
record
that.
today.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's weird.
Okay. Frank, you have anything? Any reoccurring dreams or any really descriptive trips or dreams?
Not now, because I really don't like Joe said, I feel like if I do dream now, I just don't remember them when I wake up or anything. But when I was younger, I did always used to have a dream that like I was flying, but I was like swimming. So like picture like doing freestyle swimming, like over arm overhead or
Right.
whatever, kicking your feet, but I was like in the air. So it was
Flying.
like it was
Flying
like
but
that's
swimming.
like that's how I would fly, is by swimming like in the air. And I don't know why, but that was always like the one thing that like only dream that I could ever remember.
Okay. Okay.
I was never really big on dreams. Like,
Again,
like I said,
though,
we've talked about it
anything
before. Your dreams are
descriptive
like
from
movies.
it, like, I'm
No.
asking you, so you just have a reoccurring dream that you're doing this in the air.
Flying up over shit. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you see anything in your dreams? Do you recognize anything? Is there anybody else in the dream with you? Are you wearing a cape?
I don't remember. I mean,
Are you
sometimes, I
wearing a
guess.
cape?
A cape? No.
Was Thanos there?
Oh no! I mean, I
Hey,
don't know. I don't
honestly-
remember. Plus, that's like something that I'm talking about so long ago that I just vaguely remember always having that dream. Like that's the one part of it that sticks.
I gotta be honest. You know I love you guys both, but I'm like, how do you not remember this shit? I can tell you the most descriptive story, which I already did. I went to Frank's house. I took a dab on accident. I was fucking passed out for 3 hours. I went to 3 dimensions of 4 different consciousnesses.
In
Shit
my
was
dad's
crazy.
massage chair.
Danny
I had an
has
interdimensional
fucking
war within my
movie
consciousness.
scenes in
It
his
was
dreams,
nuts.
man.
Bro, it was like Michael Bay and James Cameron directed this shit. It was crazy. And I was really descriptive about it. I'm asking
can
you
I
if
just
you
say
wore a cape and you're like, nah, I was freestyle swimming in the air. Like this.
I just have to call him out a little bit though, because even though he said it so quick, he goes, "I accidentally took a dab." Like that's even a possibility to like. I know you don't want to seem like, but you don't accidentally do that, D.
I didn't know. First of all, you know me. If I'm smoking, it's gonna be regular fucking weed or like
hear
fucking
you.
like
But I'm just
oils.
saying,
This
he's
kid
like,
puts it. He's like, yeah, it's live resin with THC of 9,000% on the Q-tip. He's like, I'm like, dude. He tells me, and this motherfucker tells me after. So I'm fucking. I died. That's because I didn't know what I was doing.
It was funny. He went to sleep for a couple hours.
I don't know.
All right. So, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever worn?
The most okay. Joe, take this one.
You
The
can't say
most
blackface because you already
embarrassing
said it on a previous
thing
episode.
I have
Can't say
ever
what?
worn.
You can't say
Can't say what?
blackface because you already said it on a previous
No.
When
episode.
I
I was embarrassed.
I don't know, in like 6th grade, man, like I was like doing my phase of sports. I was doing all types of sports, and like everybody wanted me to do wrestling because in Jersey wrestling was big. And I always thought it was like the gayest fucking thing because you have to wear those outfits.
Mhm.
So my
Wait.
parents went and bought me a wrestler's outfit and made me wear it and took Polaroid pictures. of
Like
me.
Rey Mysterio, like
And I was
Mexican
like this
wrestler
little
type outfit.
skinny white kid.
Like a
Crying,
high
like-
school gym fucking wrestler's outfit.
Oh, like the onesie thing.
Yeah, man. That was the most embarrassing moment in my life, I think, thus far that I can remember right now.
That's pretty good one.
All right, so I don't
I'll
get
never
embarrassed
fucking
easily.
think about wrestling. I don't even watch it or want to know about it. It's non-existing to me.
And wrestling. Wrestling
Yeah,
is
well-
real, bro.
The fuck is that?
It's real acting.
Real good acting.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy wrestling, like, but yes, all the moves are out.
I used to be obsessed with wrestling.
a
Honestly, like
degree.
WWE and everything. Undertaker, fucking
WWF
Kane.
all day.
To a degree, though, yeah, it is fake and stuff. But no, I did enjoy the storylines and all that stuff. You get so into it. Even now, like as an adult, like sometimes I
Yeah.
have gone back and watched, and it's like nostalgic. Like Brock Lesnar's back. I'm like, oh shit, I remember when he first came out. Like, so it's cool. I always liked wrestling.
So come on, embarrassing
Me?
you
Oh,
everywhere.
so
Yeah.
like I said, I don't really get embarrassed easily. It takes a lot for me to get embarrassed, but I'll feel uncomfortable, then I'll own it, and then I'll just continue because what the fuck are you gonna do?
Okay, but what's something you felt most uncomfortable in?
I'm gonna tell you. I was living in Florida, 2011, Disney college program, and it was
Oh,
Halloween.
this is gonna be a good one.
I'm very comfortable with my sexuality, and I didn't have a costume. So I went over to my neighbor, who was a girl, and she's like, "Oh, I have this. Wear this." So I wore it, and I wasn't really 100% about it. We were going to downtown Orlando for a Halloween party. So I wore like a jacket or whatever, like I covered myself up with it. We get there, we're take the party bus. I'm getting drunk. I'm still bundled up because I'm insecure about it. I don't know if I could pull it off or anything. Get to the place, there's a coat check, and I'm like, fuck. So everybody walks in. I'm like one of the last people to go. I take off my coat, I give it to them, and I walk in.
Many don't want to hear this.
I'm wearing a maid outfit with fishnet stockings, and I have my fucking neighbor's bra on, stuffed with everything, and it looked. For everybody loved it. At first, they were like, "Oh shit, that's mad funny," blah blah blah. But initially, because I was going to it was like a bar in downtown. I was like, "Fuck." So it was a little embarrassing for a little, but then I got used to it. I just went with it. I had a little duster that I was, whatever. That's it.
Oh my
That's
god.
my embarrassing thing to wear.
That's pretty fucking embarrassing to me. Way
Real
to own
quick,
it,
though,
buddy.
So real quick,
Way
I
to
did
own it.
this. I did a similar thing in 2011. I dressed up as a hooker with Randy, and we went to a party. And I'm at the gas station. I think she
I
was
have the
getting, like,
pictures to prove it.
she was getting like cigarettes or something, and some dude hollered at me from the car. I was like, "Yo, what's up, mom?" I turned around. I took the wig off. I was like, "Not your type of style, bro." I said something like that. I was like, "Not walking up the wrong tree." Some shit.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I fucking Randy and came out laughing hysterically. The guy just looked and like drove away.
That's so funny.
So if you had
You didn't
to
let
be-
Frank answer, bro. You
Frank
asked
asked
the
the question.
That's-
Oh.
Yeah, that was my question.
Oh, I thought it was Danny's. Okay, I'm just checking. Just checking.
Go ahead, Joe. You want to
Danny be having me on my toes, man.
You haven't asked the
The
question.
couple toes that I got here.
all 7 of them.
If you want me to ask a question, okay, what was the one I remember I wanted to ask you? If you were like wrongfully convicted and sentenced to be like in an insane asylum, like locked up as a psycho, what would you do to prove to these people that you really don't belong there and you're not fucking crazy?
If I was convicted of what, like a crime or something, or they
I don't
just-
know if something happened and they were like, "Oh, this kid's crazy. We need to lock him up in a crazy house, put him in a padded room, give him a straitjacket." What would you do in that situation? Mind you,
Honestly?
I got this question from something that I read, but also from American Horror Story. Like, what's his name? In a situation like that, and how he got locked up in an asylum, saying, blah, 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 you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Like, what would you do to tell these people? And what's her name got stuck there also?
Yeah,
like,
so
what
that's
would you
different.
do?
If you were gonna, all right, if you're asking me if I was in a straitjacket in a padded room, what would I would do is I would literally do nothing. I'd sit there in the corner and I'd be like, yo, you're wasting your time. Like, I'm not fucking crazy. Like, clearly I'm not doing crazy shit. I'm literally just standing here.
Yeah.
And I'll wait for them to be like, yo, is this motherfucker supposed to be in here? But if it was like American Horror Story Asylum, where I was convicted of something, and like if I saw an alien and people are like, no, there's no such thing as aliens, and they throw me into the insane asylum because they think that I'm seeing things and nobody's believing me, I would probably try to escape.
Okay, good. Because
Yeah.
this is probably what's going to happen in the next 10 years for you if you keep it up with these conspiracy things. This is exactly where I wanted to go with you.
Bro,
You need to slow down, my guy. You
Wait.
just said it yourself.
He brought this up, so before
You
he
keep
says,
telling
like,
people
why are
you're
we
seeing
talking about
aliens,
this?
dude. You're gonna get.
did you
locked
not
up.
Well, I
see
was
the
just that's what I was
fucking-
gonna bring up.
Thank you.
That's what I was gonna bring up. He
You
just
need to
shared. You know how
chill.
Joe have you always said we have all these cameras.
Yes.
How can we get anything clear?
Bullshit, fucking
Bro, that shit was
night
pretty
vision.
clear.
It looks like a piece
Time
of
out,
dust.
time out. I sent you the
Mhm.
video of the US
Navy.
Navy documented film footage.
It's on a green screen, a fucking radar
No,
screen,
it's not.
and it looks
Dude,
like
it's above
dust.
the water.
It literally looks like actual dust.
There's 3
Yeah.
It's not an actual shot.
triangles.
No,
In
it
the
goes back
sky.
and forth.
All
There
right,
was like
bro.
different
It could
things.
be bright. It could be anything.
What do you
could
think
be
it is,
No,
then?
plain.
What do
they
you think
even
it is?
said no.
It's
See,
making
they
us
even said in the
literally-
video. They even
Joe
said
didn't
in the
watch the
video.
video.
If it's,
I
that's what I'm
watched
saying. They
the
even said in the
video.
video,
I don't
it is
care what they
unidentified
said.
flying object, which means they've already ruled out things like kites, drones, this, that, blah, 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 which
But
other
it
things are
happened
that
in
we.
seconds. They didn't know what it was initially. It's not like it was there for an hour and they had time to say, okay, it's not a kite. Okay, it's not a remote
In the
control
middle of
plane.
the ocean, what is able to hover in one
Bro,
place?
we have a million
With
things
high
that have
winds.
drones.
No.
No.
What we do
That's
with
what they
drones.
say. In high
And
winds, there's nothing that we have
Bro,
that can hover in
please.
steady place
We
like
don't
that.
even
Even a
know what the-
helicopter can't do that.
We don't. And who said that? The weather service.
No,
Nobody
it was
knows
all.
how to fucking tell the weather. It's all a
Oh
joke.
my goodness.
Bro.
Oh, they're the ones that are the joke and are lying to
Here's
us.
the question,
That's it.
Joe. What are you gonna do when aliens come to your house? And like, you should have believed. Bend over.
I'll say I fucking should have believed my friend Danny, and then I'll bend my ass over.
Wait, he's gonna be like, wait, can you hold on one second while I bend over? Hold on. Danny, you were right. They're here.
That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
I'm gonna
I'd be like-
FaceTime
I'd be like, no
I'm gonna
doubt.
FaceTime my friend while we do this.
I'd be like, no doubt. Put me on the phone with him real quick. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, no, he's good. No, just forget it. Forget
What's up,
everything.
Danny?
he's
Get me out of trouble.
done. No, I'm telling you, he's good. He's on the list.
What are you gonna do when they come down and blow your ass up right away? You ain't
What am I
even
gonna
get
do?
a
I'm already
second to
blown up.
enjoy it.
Right? Yeah. What if they like want to take out the ones that did believe because they're like,
Right.
oh, they probably know the most because they've been thinking about it for the
You didn't
longest.
see the video I sent you, the conspiracy video? That what if they came down and attacked all the people that believe?
No, I didn't get that one, Joe.
Oh, I'll resend it to you.
All right.
No
So
shit.
why is it that when you know the battery is dead, you press harder on the remote control?
Or you bang the back of it. That happens with this thing all the time because this one, it controls like the lights and stuff, and I'm like,
Dude,
fuck,
I read
man?
that and I was like, dude, I push my cable remote so hard all the time when I know the batteries are low. I was
Bro.
laughing.
Or like you remove the batteries, you
Because
put them right back in.
sometimes you think that the battery is loose. It happens more time than you think. So you always got to give it
No.
that slam to make sure that it's not like, all right, let me get it into knock here.
I don't
So
know.
I
Like if I'm
think
pointing my remote at the TV and it's like not working, I just push the button a little harder, like the battery's not dead.
because
would
maybe
give it
it's
a-
not the batteries. Maybe
give
it
it a
is the
palm
remote.
slam.
Maybe that button from pushing it so many times got worn out, and you're like,
True, maybe.
motherfucker.
Maybe the few times when the batteries were dead, you pushed it too hard and killed the button.
That's it. That's it.
I have a question
Oh, Joe's got two.
too. Ready?
Yeah.
What would be the hat to end all hats? What hat would you have to wear on your head to make every single person stop and look at you and say, what the fuck is he wearing? It's the best hat ever. What's the hat to end all hats?
The best hat ever.
Mm-hmm. What would be the hat you would wear that would make everybody stop in amazement of like, wow,
Inspector Gadget's hat.
good fucking answer.
There you go. Dun, 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 Inspector Gadget.
But how are people going to know it's this actual hat? You're just going to be wearing a regular hat. Nobody's going to really give it a second thought.
I'm gonna be on a helicopter in my.
All right. Okay, there you go. Be specific. That's what
Well,
I'm
it's-
asking. Are you going to fucking come flying in with Inspector Gadget's hat and we're all going to be
Well,
sick
his
of-
shit has everything. A
Wow,
handle
there's
come out of it
Danny.
with like a little, fucking what's it called, magnifying glass and shit.
Right? That's dope, bro.
Danny's gonna be in line buying a coffee, and then like the hat's gonna just have an arm come out to get his wallet to give them the money for him.
That's fucking crazy. What about you, Frank?
Pass.
Pass. I
You
should have
passed
never
twice.
did the pass thing.
You
man.
can't even just say like a
Come
Viking
on,
hat.
but
That
this
would be
is
cool.
like
Thor's helmet.
No, because the one thing that came in my head wasn't cool, so I'm gonna pass.
I
Just
want to
say
know
it.
what it is though.
I'd probably go with one of the beer dispensing helmets.
Okay.
I had a feeling you would do
Classic.
something like that.
Yeah, that's why I said it's not a good
Typical
answer.
fucking
It's not,
Colorado hat, man.
it's not a good answer.
I
It's a
used to
good
have one-
answer, but
I used to have a Christmas hat with elf ears, and then you pulled on the string, and the elf ears flapped up and down. Okay. If you had to be born without a sense, what would it be and why?
smell.
Okay.
Touch.
I can't lose my hearing. I can't lose my feeling. You know what I mean? I can't lose my function. Like, I'd rather just lose my smell. If I had to deal with not smelling shit,
Sight, hearing, taste, touch.
I need to taste. Gotta feel.
Yeah, I want to
Wait,
smell,
what's
see,
the
and
other
hear.
one? What am I?
Smell.
Oh, smell. That,
I want to
And
smell, see, and
smell.
hear. Definitely. I think I
No.
could lose feeling.
did I just fuck up? What are the five
Feeling?
senses?
Taste, touch, smell, taste, touch,
Feeling.
smell, feel,
Your
and
hearing.
Sight.
hearing. Yeah. or
Oh,
whatever, yeah.
hearing. I didn't say hearing. That's right.
But
Wow, I just
so-
had a sick brain fart.
I couldn't be blind or deaf. I couldn't lose taste. I fucking love
I think
food.
we named 6, but who cares?
But I think that it would have to be feeling. I think I could
Okay.
give up, like, cause what? So what? You don't feel pain anymore?
You don't
It's not-
feel
like,
Like it'd be
anything.
physical, right?
Like
Is it
emotional?
anything, man. Like-
So feeling.
No, not
feeling
emotional. I
It'd be
think feeling as
physical,
far
right?
as like physical, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so-
sensory.
Yeah, so I definitely say the touch.
You would sex
That's
would
weird.
be
I wonder
horrible
what
for
that
you
would
then.
really feel like. How do you not like? I'm touching my desk. How would I not feel
It would
it?
just be like, when your
Would it just be like
fucking arm
dead,
falls
like,
asleep.
just-
It's like a
yeah.
See,
dead
but
arm.
that's what I mean. Like that would just be weird. But like it would still.
Well, no, you
be
could
like,
still
I
Think
would
give
about
have
having
roll
to
it.
do your life with that. Like you wouldn't be able to feel like how your arms move. Think
No,
when you
no,
go
no,
to
no,
do a
no, no,
handshake, it's
no,
all
no.
about feeling, bro. How you feel your arm going out. How
But
you
you could
throw
s-
something. How you even eat. Use a fork and lift it up to your mouth. If your arm's just dead all the time, imagine how stressful that's going to be to navigate that your whole life. You're kind of just a noodle.
I mean,
You're
it's okay.
kind of just a noodle.
I mean, I
Frank-
guess
Frank Papa Noodle.
Shout out
I
to
mean-
Danny Noodles.
if you're
Danny
giving up
Noodles.
that
What's up,
sense,
Danny?
I guess like there's people that like born without arms and learn how to
I'm
eat
not
with their
knocking
feet
it.
and like so I think that you could
Just
still
saying, that's a
learn
big
how
one to give
to
up.
well I think you could learn how to like just like anything else given
I
up any
guess.
other sense.
Yeah.
But I think that's the one that I would rather because like I said, I could not listen to music. I have to watch movies. I want to eat. And smell. I mean, who wants to give up smell?
I don't want to,
Things
but
smell
like,
nice.
I feel like it would be easier to navigate through life with just giving up your smell.
I would also
movie is
give up
that?
smell.
What movie is that? Walk Hard? When he
No,
can't smell?
senseless.
It's a
Oh.
bad thing to give up, but hey, you know.
When
Hey.
no, it was
I
Walk
know what you're
Hard
talking
when he
about.
can't smell, and she's like, you smell that shit, baby? He's like, I smell it. I smell shit. It
Yeah.
was Walk Hard, Dewey Cox. Yeah.
All right. So here's one to piggyback off that. My second question: if you knew that your child was going to be born without a sense, but another would be amplified, what would it be?
Pass.
What sense would
can't pass, bro.
Come on.
Why can't I pass? He passed
Listen,
twice. I even
don't
answered my
you,
last
you
pass.
can't use me as an example.
There's no
I'm
right
a
or
bad
wrong.
example. I should
He doesn't
never
want to
did
tell us
that.
what kind of hat he has. What a loser.
I'm gonna go back and re-answer those questions so that we can't do the past thing no more.
I don't know, man.
You knew your child was going to be born without a sense, but another would be amplified. What do you want them not to have? What do you want them to be amplified?
I mean,
Okay.
I
I
would
mean, I
want
guess-
my child's smell to be the one he ain't gonna have, and I want his hearing to be amplified.
Yeah, I agree.
I would choose sight to be amplified if that's possible. And I would also go with smell. However, I know that if I had a daughter, I would want her to be able to smell a lot of this beautiful shit in the world.
Well, like he's like how we
More than a man. Like a woman, I feel, would appreciate the smell of beautiful roses more than like a
Yeah.
guy. Like, oh, do you guys smell my fart? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's just
I'm
Well,
gonna
I'm
go with though, like
thinking-
off the last part, like how we said, like it's the easiest one to kind of. So yeah, I guess I would probably go with smell for the one to lose, but I would definitely go with hearing over because I feel like that could be the most useful.
I think of, I think of,
oversight.
I think of Daredevil, bro. It's all about his hearing. I
True.
think
Well,
that's-
fucking.
Like
It
yeah,
just. It's like another crazy
Vibrations, though.
sense.
That's how
Well,
he
'cause-
gets his-
because amplified sight,
guess.
like what is your reaction gonna be faster? You might see things a little clearer than somebody else or whatever. But like hearing, being able to
Sight's
hear
a good
things
one.
more
Now.
than someone
Amplified.
else.
Sight's a good one. I
Yeah.
didn't really think of that though.
I just think being able to hear things more than someone else would be more useful.
Right. Okay. I can see that.
But yeah.
Go ahead, throw one at me.
Why do you think it's called 11 and not 1E1? Like it's 21, it's 31, it's 41. Why is it not 1E1? Why is it 11?
1-1. This is a good one. This just sounds retarded, bro. Not retarded.
It only-
Stupid. It
Well,
sounds
I was like,
stupid.
it only
Silly.
sounds that way because we only know 11 for so many years and we're like we've learned it as 11. If you learned it as 1E1, it wouldn't be weird.
I'm gonna use that from now on. 1-1.
That was just
It's 1-1, 24.
That's interesting.
That is interesting.
So why not one
What
team?
website did you find that on, bro?
that was actually a TikTok. Somebody said that.
That's awesome.
But yeah, like I thought it was funny. I was like, oh my God, that's true though. Because if you think about it, 21, 31, 41, like everything is that way. Why is 11 the only one that is not the same way?
Interesting. I don't know.
Give it a week. Danny will turn it into a conspiracy theory.
I'll find some shit. I'll dig deep.
Shit, bro.
Okay.
You're labeled.
He's gonna
He's
say,
just
yo, I
being-
found out why. Who did it?
All right, Joe, go ahead. You got a
No.
question?
Nope.
I'm actually out
This
of questions.
motherfucker said he had questions. Now he's got no questions.
I'm out of questions. I got one more that I want to save.
I got 3 more. 2 of them's in part A, part B. I have more, but I'm only gonna do these 3. You want me to just bang them out?
Yeah.
All right. Number 1. If you could go back in time to either prevent something from happening or to make something happen, what would it be?
Say that again. I wasn't really.
If you can go back in time
Yeah.
to either prevent something from happening or to make something happen, what would it be?
Make something happen.
I would take my brother right back in a second.
Yeah, I would change
Okay.
something that happened. I would make.
So
something
you
happen.
would go back in time to prevent something from happening.
Oh well, yeah. he
Whatever
said
you
prevent.
whatever you call it, man.
I would
Okay.
no. I
However
would.
you gotta word that.
I would change something from happening.
It's a very
So you would
Or-
make
or not-
something happen, or
or
you would
make- yeah,
stop
that's what I
something
meant.
from happening.
No, I would would do something different that I know was gonna happen, so it would happen differently. So I would change something.
So you would make something happen.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay. To piggyback on that, would you still do it if it meant in turn no one knows you exist?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you're living your life now. You go back in
100%.
time,
It don't
you
even matter.
prevent that thing, or you make that thing happen, and then from that moment on, you are forgotten about. Nobody even knows you ever existed.
I'll Spider-Man No Way Home that shit all day, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Can I piggyback on that though?
Go for it.
If you go back in time to change something, by changing something, aren't you still preventing something from happening either way? So no matter what, you're preventing something and changing something when you go back.
This is true. Depends on the timeline, I guess, or where that goes. Last two. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
How would you describe an orgasm to someone who doesn't have one, who's never had one?
It's the whole like drunk thing, like no.
Joe, we'll start
It's
with
like-
you so Frank can take notes.
Fuck you.
No,
It's like the first time you had something with melted cheese on it, but down there. Like first time you had melted cheese, you're like, oh my god, that's so amazing. I can have this all the time. Yeah, all the time. But down there.
Put down there.
My man
Go
Tom
ahead.
Segura. Shout out my man Tom Segura.
Joe, run it.
I don't know, an orgasm.
How would you describe an orgasm to someone who's never had one?
Probably the best feeling your body's gonna ever feel. That's my explanation.
You guys are real descriptive with all your shit. You guys should
Yeah.
write
Mine
I
was a
know.
joke that you
I
guys
know
just totally
Danny
went
was
over your
looking
head.
for some
Frank, I
like
got the
really
joke.
funny description answers. We're not the guys.
Not the guys for it. Nah, call someone else.
No, it's just a euphoric feeling. That's what I would say. My first answer was a joke because it's from Tom Segura's stand-up.
You know, everybody
I'm saying
knows.
that because I don't know if he knew.
We laughed really hard.
Well, I thought it was fun. Whatever.
I did think it was fun. You didn't hear me laughing?
No.
All right,
Third
last
one.
question. Ready? And then Frank, you're gonna finish up with this.
What about my question? I got a question.
You said you had no more questions.
And you believe me, bro. You should just gullible as fuck.
Bro, if someone says
Danny hasn't looked at your name tonight.
I know.
the boy who cried wolf. Look at this. Go ahead, kid. Tell us.
Let's hear you one more question. I want to be
Well, no.
second last.
Because technically there's two, but the second one I
No,
wasn't
that's
gonna
okay.
ask you.
So I'm gonna make sure I go second to last, so you can finish your questions.
All right. It's been a year. We've had this podcast. Did you think we'd come this far? And how much farther do you really think we're gonna go?
Well, I
Really
hate
asking
these
you that?
on purpose questions that you save for like specific times of the episode, like, and you get mad corny with it. Yes,
It's like you guys should both know.
All right, so you want me to just
I didn't
skip that
think it
one
would
and I'll
be
go on
this-
to another
I
one
didn't
because
think
another
it'd
one.
be this far, and we've came very far compared to what I thought, honestly. And yeah, I think it's great. Honestly, I love it,
I feel like this is really cool.
and I do
because-
think it'll go further. But I just think it's all about time. Just gotta keep
Yeah.
doing it, man. Gotta keep putting the time in.
this is like fun chill time with the homies. I
yeah.
like it like that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. You know me. I always wanted to be bigger than
Frank
it is.
wanted to
I'm-
be
I'm always wanted to be, but
Oprah
I'm
rich
still
by now.
no, not even. But I'm still very, very happy with how far we have gone, how many followers we
Bro,
have.
what
on
did you
certain
just tell us
social
today?
platforms.
4,400 or something on.
Yeah,
fucking-
4,400 followers on TikTok, 2,300 on
awesome.
Instagram. Like
It's crazy.
we have over
no,
10,000
not
downloads for the podcast.
4,400.
Yeah.
44,000.
No, 4,400. I don't even have 44,000 yet.
I
4,400,
don't know, what do you-
4,400.
What?
I
what
thought
is this
you-
where you
that's a
get the
typo.
conspiracy shit? You see something that's like the right thing, and you're like, "Oh, I thought I saw this. I thought they said they saw the alien the other
I
day."
can't wait till
Bro.
he looks at it right now and goes, "Oh,
I'm looking at it just to see. Okay,
Mhm.
so the O
Yeah,
in
oh.
followers look like another zero. That's why. I
oh
fucked me
yeah,
up.
But anyway, so no, but like I said, I'm still happy with where we are. But I think that we are gonna go far. I do. There's certain times where certain people have commented to me on TikTok. Like we have some followers, man, that do follow us every week. Whether it's even if they don't listen to our episode, they follow our TikTok clips and they follow us on comments and like keep up with things on us and stuff. And like shout out to you guys because I do see your comments. I do
Shout out.
always
Shout
like your
'em out.
comments.
Frank
I-
definitely tells us about these comments.
Dude, I'm serious though. Like there's the Tiffany, whatever her name is.
You're not
the-
off to a good start.
I was just
Frank.
saying,
Why don't you-
I
Bro,
don't
you
remember
just,
a lot
you
of the
just
names
sent
like
this
that, but
one of a guy that you were supposed to
Asparagus,
shout
the kid
out.
Asparagus, yeah, he's always commenting, always giving me likes whenever I throw up a live, always like stuff like that. Like there's people that
You
do
make
follow
Frank
us
feel so
weekly.
good, man. Frank texts us. He's so
Well,
proud
no,
and
but it's
happy.
funny
So
because
excited.
yeah, when I get a comment from
funny.
someone like that that doesn't know us personally, and they're like, "Yo, I could hear it the way you guys are talking. Like something's gonna happen for you guys soon. Like just keep doing your thing." Like that makes me feel so good. There's no reason for that person that doesn't know us to say that. Like, so yeah, dude, that makes me feel good.
Yeah, it's called pushing positivity into the world, which you always shit on
Oh
me
my
about
God.
doing. So
You missed it too today. Karen said something about like, yeah, you're just always so negative. If you're more positive, you put positivity out there, better things would happen to you. And I said, oh my God, you know who you fucking sound like right now? And it was so funny. I couldn't wait to tell you. And you just reminded me.
Isn't it
You didn't
crazy
tell me. Clearly
how
you
much we
waited.
should
You were
actually
really excited.
listen to our girls?
Wait, what?
Shit.
Isn't it really funny how much we should actually listen to them?
Yeah. Very true.
Oh man.
All right. So Joe, what's your last one?
Mine.
Yeah.
What movie would be better if it was made into a musical?
Music.
For what?
So like my answer, because I thought about this, would be Back to the Future.
If Back to the Future was a
Was a musical? Hell yeah, bro.
Great
Dope.
answer. I'm gonna go Blast
That's-
from the Past, Brendan Fraser.
What, the Mummy?
No, Blast from the Past is the name. of the
Oh,
movie.
Blast from the Past. Oh,
Yeah, when he's
Thank
locked
you for
underground with his
saying-
parents in that like shelter or whatever.
yes. Okay. That's weird, but all right.
Funny, kooky old movie. I just recently saw
Yeah.
it too.
What about you, Danny? You got an answer or no?
Pass.
Oh my god. Fuck, this is why I don't do nothing, man. Frank passed on one of mine before, you know. Oh, wait, Joe, you got your questions, right, Joe? Yeah. So you guys can pass on my shit.
All right, I got a question that you guys skipped over me, but I know that Joe wanted
Yeah,
me to
he's
laugh.
got to be. I got another one, Danny. So,
You do? All right.
Yeah,
this is
no,
my-
yeah.
after this is
Ask your
done.
questions. Yeah. Huh?
This is you had sex with a tranny, but you found out in the morning.
Not having sex with.
But
somebody.
she was hot to you and your friends, and they were like, "Yeah, go do it." But nobody knew. You found out in the morning. Would you tell them?
No, but that would not happen.
Probably not, but like I think I eventually would tell you. Definitely.
Would you deny it if they found out?
Yeah.
Now that we know where you guys stand, that's it. I just thought it would be pretty funny to wake up and be like, "Yo, dude," because I was watching 40-Year-Old Virgin, and this is the part when Steve Carell goes to the hotel and he's like, "Hey, are you here for Jay's party?" And she's like, "Oh, sweetie, I am Jay's party." I was like, "That's funny." I wonder what they like. No, and he's like screaming at him. That shit was fucking hysterical.
That movie was very funny.
Okay.
Want me to ask my question now? Can I go before Frank finishes?
Yeah, for the record, I would choose Ghostbusters to be my musical.
Okay.
That's
good
a good one,
answer.
too.
Yeah. All right. You get blasted to the past 500 years. Boom. You got nothing on you, no clothes, nothing. How do you prove that you're from the future? What do you do? Terminator style. What do you do?
Wow. All right, 500 years ago.
How do you prove to people you're from 500? You got nothing, no clothes, no
1500. So, like, where am I? Am I in New York? 'Cause-
I would
I don't know.
show them
Whatever, Danny.
well,
Where
I'm
do you
saying,
want?
like,
with the
How would you prove
resources
to anybody in
I
any
got you.
place?
with the resources that they have already. I would show them something that was made. Like I
Yeah.
would build something that was made from the future to show them a new technology.
eternal
like, let's
style.
let's say like they had fire, but they didn't have lighters or something. I'd be like, you can get this and a flint and this with this and show the spark and it'll have gas already and whatever. And I'll show them like, this is how you can make this. We make this in the future. There's also things like this. Like, I feel like once you describe so many things that they can understand, oh, wow, that really could be a thing. Oh,
Yeah,
like,
so we have
that's
this
how you
thing
would
called a
eventually get them to believe.
fax machine, and what it does is
Well, that's what I said, based on their resources. You know what I mean? So, like, if it was around fire or shelter or things like that.
well,
like,
this
oh,
is
we
only
have
500
windows,
years
we
ago.
have-
We're not cavemen 500 years ago. We were
Well,
exploring.
I mean,
Christopher
look at
Columbus is in the
history.
ocean coming to America. It's only
Okay,
500 years ago.
All right, so Christopher Columbus time. So like what? So I don't know. I mean, I'd show them a cooler coffee maker.
Don't calculate too hard, Frank.
I would show them fucking soap because of the plagues that went on. You know, you could be like,
mean,
hey,
I'm sure they
guys,
had
How are you gonna
antibacterial.
show
They
them
didn't.
soap? How are you gonna show them soap? Where are you getting soap?
You'd make it with
How-
antibacterial
you
stuff.
know how to make soap?
No,
Back
we
in
would
Christopher
find shit
Columbus's
out.
time?
Well,
You
how
make
would be the
wax
one
and
to
you
figure
sent it.
out?
This
wouldn't
is
do that.
where it goes back to my question. People are gonna think you're crazy and throw your ass in asylum. How are you gonna prove to them? You're not
Oh,
fucking
if I get thrown
crazy.
it, they
No,
would
you would
burn me
have
at the stake
to-
for being a witch.
See what I did,
You
bro?
would
You
have
don't
to
even
wait.
appreciate my questions.
No,
like
I
that.
do. I'm
Comes
still
around
trying
full
to go with
circle.
it. I do.
Let me guess, you
I-
want to pass?
Not like a triangle.
no,
Go
I-
forever.
You could pass.
I do think though that like I said, because it would have to be the resources around that time. So it's not like you would say it right away. Like, oh, I'm
Right
from
now,
the future. I'm from the
do you
future.
know the ingredients for soap right now?
I didn't say soap. He said soap. I
Danny,
said
right
lighters.
now. I know
If
you're
I
Googling
needed
it.
to make soap, yes, I could make soap. Do I know the ingredients? No, but I'm sure it's like rosemary, thyme, lavender,
okay.
wax.
Good answer.
Like
You
you
put
could make
herbs in your
soap.
soap?
Yeah, that's where you get the
Rosemary,
sense from. You
thyme.
boil it,
Nice.
you boil it up, you put wax in it,
Hey.
and you fucking
So soap
Create
is
a
just
bar of
wax with
soap.
herbs.
Create a bar of soap.
Today,
Christopher
soap
Columbus
is just wax with herbs.
Is
Listen,
gonna fucking
go look at the
love
box
you.
of soap ingredients and see what's in there. I'm not saying I'm a fucking soap master. I've only seen the movie Scent of a Woman.
I'm just
I
saying,
haven't
if you had
seen
to
it.
prove that you're from the future, you chose soap. Is what you're gonna
No,
show
I
them.
didn't. I was.
No, you said soap. I said lighters. You focused on soap. I just saying that like
no. I just
I
said
would
why
want to
would
get that. Actually, I never got to say this yet, still, but I was just saying that like when I got there, I wouldn't say that I was from the future right away. I would wait to assess certain things, see what things are around right now, and then be like, oh, okay, I know this is something that I can figure out how to make and show them this. Like I wouldn't say it right away because exactly then they would just think you're crazy. You have to wait until you can prove it before you can say it.
right. I don't know. What about you, Joe? What would you do to prove that you were from the future?
Nothing. I would just hang out where I'm at and fucking do what they do.
Just make the best of it.
Just make the best of it.
You'd be like, fuck it, I'm living in 1492
And
now.
plus, I really just wanted to be the second last one to ask the question. So
All right.
Thank you all for the likes, listen, shares, and follows. No, I'm just
I'm the
kidding.
last question.
No.
No.
My last question is a little more
Sorry to hear
serious.
that.
No,
Oh,
no.
God, please.
My
Maybe we
question
should
is a
end
little
it.
more serious. That's why I did want to end it on a serious note. This is more like a positive vibe to leave off with on our followers. I'm taking
You and
Danny's
Danny
lead
hung
and
out yesterday, and now here we go.
I'm taking Danny's lead and throwing some positivity out into the world and trying to change some mindsets and change some views. So I hope you guys really listen to the whole episode today. I hope you guys enjoy our episodes when you listen to them. But why are we so terrified of making mistakes when we can only learn from them and improve? The humans are programmed all the time to be so scared of making a mistake or failing at something. But literally failing from something is literally how you get better. Like when you practice at things, right? The first 50 times you practice something, you're failing technically. So
Right.
it's literally how you get better at things. And it's because of the way that we look at it, of why it's always looked at as a bad, but it's not necessarily a bad thing to make mistakes.
So is that a question or are you telling us?
No, I guess it was more of a rhetorical question.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Alright.
This guy throw it out
All
there.
right,
In that
all
case,
right.
fucking pass. You got it.
No, that was good, man. That was nice. I was waiting for the question, but
Yeah,
Good
it was
way to-
kind of just something I read, and like when I read it, I was like, because it is in the form of a question, but yeah, I guess it is rhetorical. But when I read it, I was just like, oh wow, that would be a great way to close out the episode.
No,
Because
let
like
me
you
tell
said,
ya,
yes, I was off Danny's
I like
positivity
it.
thing, and just
Yeah.
yeah.
and truth be told,
I like it a lot.
amen to that.
All right. Well, that wraps it up. Thank you for your wonderful questions, Joe and Frank. I hope you enjoyed mine.
Thank you, Danny and Frank.
If anybody else has questions you want us to answer, throw it out there. We have fun with this stuff.
You
Otherwise,
ask, we'll answer.
thank you very much for the likes, listens, shares, and follows. Appreciate all of your support.